And in just a few moments, after we show a video, I'm going to turn it over to Russia Nadia, who is a manager in our transportation planning firm. Just for those of you that are not familiar with our organization, we're a regional planning organization that is sometimes called a Metropolitan Planning Organization, or MPO for short. All of California, in fact all over the United States, MPOs exist. They were created by the federal government back in the 1960s to assist with long-range transportation planning and funding as kind of a conduit up to the federal government. SCAG in particular covers 6 counties: Ventura, LA, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Imperial counties. Within those counties are 191 cities and almost half the state's population, about 18 million residents. Our regional council is made up of 84 elected officials, and those are individuals who are on existing city councils or boards of supervisors. So they are mayors, city council members, or supervisors who have been elected by the voters, and then their councils in turn send them to SCAG to represent their communities or a group of communities. Just a moment before we get into the main part of our presentation and kind of describe what's going to happen today is how we got here. We released the draft Regional Transportation Plan and Sustainable Community Strategy, as well as the associated Environmental Impact Report last month. And it's out now in formal public review. The public review period lasts almost for another month, out to February 14th. During that time, we're holding public hearings and workshops like this all over the 6-county area. We were in San Bernardino yesterday, we'll be up in Apple Valley tomorrow, and Orange County the day after that.
Will you be accepting input from the public?
Absolutely. I'll get to that. So I just want to describe kind of the workshops and input and committees and subcommittees that have kind of gotten to us to the point where we are that you can see on this screen.
Can I ask you just one question?
Sure.
What is the relationship between the people from our county supervisors who are now member directors at SCAG, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is that relationship?
I'm not sure what you mean with the relationship. If they've been assigned by their own boards or cities to represent on the regional council of SCAG.
Right.
So the regional council is our decision-making body. They're the ones that make decisions. Whatever decisions come up at SCAG, they're the ones who do that.
So they make the decisions, our county supervisors?
Well, whoever is on, the 84 members on our regional council is the decision-making body. It's like a super city council, if you want to look at it that way.
It's a super city council made up of these county supervisors?
No, these are 84 people are, some of them are supervisors, some of them are city council members.
Right.
Yeah.
And they make what decisions?
Any decision that SCAG is involved with.
You know, the questioners, we can't hear.
Okay.
There's no microphone for questioning.
Ma'am, let me describe today. What we're going to do here is make a presentation. We have a video, which I think is a pretty interesting video, that describes the RTP and the SCS, kind of the things that are in it. Naresh is then going to have a presentation that's going to last about 20 or 25 minutes after that. So that will take us out about 40 minutes from right now. Then we open it up to the audience, just like any normal public hearing that you've been associated with. We'll have speaker slips, and we'll call one by one whoever wishes to speak. Either make a comment, the meeting is being taped, make a comment or ask a question. We'll try to answer your question if you have a question. Yes, ma'am.
This is not a predetermined plan then? We're going to have input and the plan will be modified to meet the citizens' needs and desires? The
plan is in a draft stage right now. It will not be final until April.
My name is Alex. One technique for taking care of this problem is if you just repeat the question before you answer it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
When we get to the public testimony, we have a microphone that we will put out into the audience. So with that, I'm going to ask the queue up for the video.
Again, my name is Naresh Mathia, and I'm the
How do you spell that, please?
Naresh
N-A-I.
Amatya. And I have a
I
brief
don't think we
presentation.
got the spelling. Would you say it a little bit slower?
Okay. My first name is Naresh, that's Naresh. And my last name is Amatya, that's Amatya. And I'm the Transportation Planning Manager at SCAG. I have about a 20-minute presentation. Hopefully, I will be able to provide a little bit more information on the transportation plan that we have released. Just to start out, our transportation plan is a visionary document. It's based on 3 major goals. Mobility, that's obviously transportation plan. Mobility is a big goal. Economy, as you heard in the video, we believe that the transportation plan, not only through direct investments, also through developing a better, more efficient system.
Where do you get the money for all this?
I will get it done, ma'am. If you could just hold your questions until the end, and we'll have a comment session at the towards the end. And sustainability, obviously, we want to develop a sustainable environment, sustainable transportation system, and so forth. So that's our basic vision. Again, the underlying basis for all this planning is the future growth we anticipate in our region. Our 6-county region currently has a little over 18 million people, and we expect to grow that by approximately 4 million more people in the next 25 years. In Ventura County alone, we expect to add almost 150,000 people during that time frame.
What's the time, this 2035?
2035 is the horizon year, ma'am.
4 more million people in Ventura County?
4 more million people in the 6-county region. In Ventura County,
When we had a
150,000.
net loss, how do you project that?
Again, there's a lot of information that we put out. I cannot get into every single detail. We have a lot of information that's provided on our website, on the plan itself, how the plan has been developed, the technical basis for it, and all of that. And certainly there's a wealth of information there.
Is the video that
If you could just hold your questions,
is that available on the website?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Everything that you see here, there's more information, written information on the table is available. What I'll be doing is just, again, quickly talking to you about, why do we even plan, what's included in the plan, and what are some of the challenges we face, and what does it mean to Ventura County. Just quickly, as the NPO, or Metropolitan Planning Region for the 6-county region, we are required by law to develop this plan so that federal funds can be spent in our region on transportation
Wait a
projects.
minute, you're required by
SCAG
law?
is required by law to develop a
What
plan.
law?
It's-
SCAG, in particular, SCAG is required to develop this plan?
That's correct.
Why, what law?
That's
What
correct.
law?
It's metropolitan planning law. It's a federal law.
It's a federal law.
It's a federal law, again.
The 1960s, this was the law, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Sir.
Again, if you can hold your questions, ma'am.
Just one more comment, sir. With all due respect, you must realize that the people of Ventura County will insist that any vision of the future and any plan to create that vision must be founded on constitutional principles of protection of private property rights,
Absolutely.
the Fifth Amendment, and due process for all citizens, the Fourth Amendment. So if you don't mind, please write these 2 goals into your list before we go any further.
Again,
I don't see that, where's this, where are you getting all this property to buy? And how are you building all these things?
Where's the money coming from?
Where's the money coming from?
again,
We're
can
already
you
in debt, like
allow me to
$2.1
can you allow me to
million
finish the presentation, and then we can
California
get into
alone.
questions? Let me just again quickly. The plan, you're asking about the money. The plan
Yeah, but that money
basically,
comes from somewhere, it doesn't fall out.
it's a $525 billion plan over the next 25-year period.
Is it falling out of the sky somewhere
Where's it
on a
come
tree?
from?
Well,
Where's the money coming from?
The money tree.
The money, the truth.
No, seriously, where is the money
In
coming
my
from?
pocket?
Just
Well,
where's That's our main
you're already
question.
paying at the gas pump when you fill up your tank. Part of the funds comes
To
from that.
repair the roads, which you guys aren't doing.
And part of the money goes to repairing the roads as well.
We were just told in the movie that you didn't have enough money to repair the roads now. How can you take that same amount of money that you didn't have to repair the roads and come up with $525 billion to do all of this other stuff?
Again, there's a process that we go through in coming up with our forecast. Again, we're talking about, again, long-range plan, 25-year horizon. I will agree that it's based on a set of assumptions and technical approach that we utilize to make this forecast.
It's like if you said, where am I going to get...
Responsible for the debt? I'm sorry, 45 billion in debt service. Who's responsible for that debt?
Again, just to
Nobody's answering
quickly,
it.
Because you're talking 25 years in the future, so we're talking about...
quickly go through the law. The state law requires us to demonstrate that the plan will result in improved air quality, reduced greenhouse gas. We require that by 2020, reduce the greenhouse gas on a per capita basis by 8% and by 13% by 2035. And based on our analysis, our plan does demonstrate that we meet the target in 2020 and we exceed the target in 2035. We're also, those targets are a reduction of greenhouse gas.
What's your basis and where's your
Is
basis?
The basis is in 2005.
8%
That's
less
a
than
desire. That's not the base.
Where's your base?
The base year is 2005. Compared to 2005, on a per capita basis, law requires that we reduce by 8% by 2020.
Okay,
On a per capita basis.
excuse me,
correct.
as part of the compilation of these targets, is there any kind of past precedent in how much GHG reduction has been accomplished by the current metro system and the current
Good
transportation
question.
options that we have now?
Excellent
Because I
question.
notice that they often run almost empty, and I'm wondering if that is something that you're going to be able to ameliorate through your plan.
Well,
Because
the-
most of our coal transportation options do not run at even half capacity based not only on anecdotal observations, but based on statistics.
The
So
law
what I'm
is
wondering
very,
is,
very specific on what the plan is required to do, which is to require emission from automobiles and light-duty trucks. And based on the strategies that we put forth in the plan, and based on the analysis that we've done, we believe that we do meet those targets.
The trucks are already
but the current, I'm asking about the current
being
situation.
imposed on them.
Again, at this rate, we're going to be here for five hours.
No, it'll be till tomorrow.
No, it's a yes or no answer on this one. Is in this target that you have, are you also taking into account the current GHG reductions that are being accomplished by your current system that you have?
Yes.
Because where can we see those kinds of numbers that have to do with what's happening right now with the current situation as it
Again,
stands?
there's a lot of information that that is available on the website. I do recommend that you visit our website and review our information. Again, just quickly to go through, there are some additional benefits that plan also achieves, and some of the benefits including improvement in mobility, more efficient utilization of land.
I thought we didn't care about generating
Economic, in
jobs.
terms of job generation, we expect to add 168,000 jobs per year.
How are you going to generate those
And
jobs?
cost effectiveness
Where are
through
those
investments in transportation and more efficient.
These increase in jobs, what is it coming from?
We
Which
don't
sector?
care, why are we
Again,
here
these are
about
some of the projects that, again, plan is a compilation of transportation projects, and there are significant projects that are proposed in Ventura County also. This is just a small list of some of the major projects that are in Ventura County. Again, the list of projects is very long. All the detailed information are available on
But
our
when does the
website.
funding for this type of stuff begin?
And how, where is it
The
generated?
projects are being funded on a continual basis.
So it's
Yeah,
going to
but we're not
start like
getting a specific
this year?
answer.
Well, there are already projects in the pipeline that are under construction and so forth. So it's not like it's starting now. It's an ongoing process.
Yeah, but you have to have the density to support that kind of transit.
Well, we're not talking about transit, man. Most of these projects are highway projects.
Well, Ventura Intercity.
Where is the money gonna come from
And,
to
we'll
fund
talk a
this
little
type
bit
of
about
stuff?
money again, down the road. On the highway side, the plan proposes $72 billion of improvements and $57 billion to maintain the roads. On the arterial side, the plan proposes $22 billion in capital improvements and approximately $21 billion
$22 billion
preserving the
in
system.
capital improvements, where?
These are some of the highway projects.
Oh, highway 20
And
billion?
in Ventura County, for example, again, these are not all the projects, these are just some of the major projects that we've highlighted for you. For example, in Ventura County, US 101 improvement is part of the plan. SR 118 improvements is part of the plan. On the transit side, again, most of the transit capital improvements are heavily focused in LA simply because there is the sales tax measure that funds some of these rail projects.
Going back to the 19th century?
Yeah, why rail?
And also there are plans for improved Metrolink services and the Lausanne rail services.
The ones we have now run empty.
Does anybody here?
Just to give you a quick snapshot, this is what our region looked like without the rail system.
Our region, we're a region, we're not counties anymore,
We're talking about the
region.
region, about
Are
the
they
entire
gonna
region.
eliminate counties? There won't be counties, there
We're-
will just be regions?
This is what the rail system looks like today, and with the plan, this is what the rail system will look like in 2035.
That was a good question.
You can look at the
When
trains
did
when they go by.
we become a region?
There are also transportation demand management and active transportation investments planned in the plan, with $4 billion set aside for 10-year strategies.
For what?
$6 billion for active
Reduce
transportation.
solo driving?
We're gonna have 10,000
How much
miles
do you
of
take all
bike
the
paths.
empty sidewalks?
The bike path, again, with the implementation of the bike path, more people will have access to bike paths. This movement, this movement,
Percent of our population that lives within a quarter mile of a bikeway.
What if a percentage of our
Excuse
quarter
me,
mile
can I
doesn't?
just say something here? It's, in hearing you and the number of people who wish to speak, which is fine, this is a public hearing, that's what it's for. We don't need to complete this, I don't want to waste your time. We can turn over the microphone to you right now and begin the public hearing. So you have more time before, it's 20 to 3. Right now, we're done at 4, so to give you more time to speak, I'm perfectly willing to change what we were going to do and turn over the microphone to you to give us any questions, and we'll try to answer them, or any comments that are not questions, statements of opinion. I can do that right now. And if that's the sense of the room, then that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't get anything out of your film.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So these are all just, what are you showing us here? What is all this?
This is
You're projecting into the future?
Yes.
How do you know?
Yeah, we've had a net loss of population.
If I may, because everybody here, I'm certain, respects everybody else who's here, so you want to give each one of you the opportunity. We have a microphone because the gentleman correctly said that when you're talking towards the room, the people behind you can't hear you. So if people have who want to speak, have filled out a card so that I can.
We don't need a card.
We're okay.
We don't need those.
Okay, but I'm going to call on one person at a time, and I think what I would like to ask, if this is okay, that everybody else in the room, we've got a big crowd here, I think, what, 30, 35? That respect the one person who's talking, let them ask the question or comment or whatever they wish to do, and then we'll go to the next person, we'll go to the next person. I think that's probably the right thing to do. We have a microphone, I'll start at the first table, and I'll go to the second table, and I'll go 3, 4, 5, and then the final row. So